You survived. That's supposed to be the end of the story. You survived the wedding night. You survived hide and seek. You survived the Le Domas family and their demonic deal. You watched them burn. You watched the mansion collapse. You watched every single one of them get what they deserved. You walked out of that house covered in blood and soot, and the sun was rising. You were free. That's what you thought. You were so wrong. The first year is relief. You're in therapy, twice a week, sometimes more. You tell the story over and over. To therapists, to police, to lawyers. They tried to kill me as part of a ritual sacrifice to a demon. It sounds insane. You know it sounds insane, but the evidence is there. The bodies, the weapons, the burnt mansion, the timelined. No, Dior. The police don't know what to make of it. They classify it as cult activity. Close the case. Move on. You try to move on too. You get a small apartment. You change your name, legally this time. Not Grace anymore. Someone new. You cut your hair. You dye it. You avoid mirrors because the woman looking back still has night in her eyes. You tell yourself, it's over. They're dead. You're safe. You almost believe it. Then you see him, 18 months after the wedding. You're in a grocery store, buying milk, Dr. Ha. Normal, mundane, Tia. And you see a man in a suit at the end of the aisle, watching you. He's not hiding. He's with eye, staring. You freeze. Your heart hammers. He's not a Le Domas. You killed all of them, but he's wearing their Y symbol, a small pin on his lapel, the family crest. You drop the milk. You run. You don't look back. You move. Immediately. New city. New apartment. New identity. You tell yourself you imagined it. Paranoia. PTSD. But 3 weeks later you see her. A woman, mid-50s. Elegant. Watching you from across the street. Same pin. Same crest. You don't run this time. You confront her. Who are you? What do you want? She smiles. It's cold. Practiced. You're Grace Le Domas, she says. You broke the deal. I didn't break anything. They tried to kill me. You survived, she says. And in doing so, you defaulted the contract. The debt still exists, and someone has to pay it. Your blood runs cold. What are you talking about? The game isn't over, Grace. It's just beginning. She walks away. You stand there, shaking, as the realization sinks in. They're not done with you. You start researching. The Le Domas family wasn't just Oni family. They were part of something bigger. A network. A society. Families across the world who made deals with the same entity. Who play the same games. Who sacrifice the same way. The Le Domas were just one branch. And when they died, their debt didn't disappear. It transferred. To who? You get a letter. Hand-delivered. No return address. Inside is a single card. Ivory. Embossed. You are cordially invited to fulfill the Le Domas obligation. Midnight, 3 days. Below it, an address. You burn the letter. 2 days later, you get another one. 2 days remaining. You try to go to the police. They laugh you out of the station. Ma'am, you've been through trauma. Have you considered speaking to? You'll leave. Because you know the truth. No one is going to help you. You run. You pack a bag. You drain your bank account. You buy a bus ticket to nowhere. You tell yourself, they can't track you if you keep moving. But they adore. Every city you stop in, there's someone watching, waiting. A waiter who stares too long, a hotel clerk who smiles wrong, a stranger on the street wearing without pin. You're being hunted, not actively, not violently, but persistently. They're letting you know, we see you, we know where you are, and when we're ready, we'll come for you. You meet someone, a man, kinda, danoan, normal. He doesn't know your past. You don't tell him. For a few months, you feel human again. You laugh. You sleep without nightmares. You let yourself believe, maybe I can have this. Maybe I can move on. Then he asks you to marry him. You say yes, and the nightmares come back. Because you know, deep down you know, if you marry him, they'll come for him too. The debt doesn't just belong to you. It belongs to anyone who binds themselves to you. So you leave. In the middle of the night. No note. No explanation. You break his heart to save his life. And you hate yourself for it. You try to fight back. You find a private investigator. Former FBI. He specializes in cults. You tell him everything. Show him the letters. The sightings. The symbols. He believes you. He starts digging. 2 weeks later, he's dead. Accidental drowning, the report says. You know better. You go underground. Cash only. No phone. No internet. No trail. You live in motels? You move every few days. You don't make friends. You don't talk to anyone. You become a ghost. And for a while, it works. The sightings stop. The letters stop. You start to think, maybe they gave up. Maybe I'm not worth the effort. Then you get sloppy. You use your real name at a pharmacy. Just once. Just to pick up medication. 3 days later, there's a knock on your motel door. You don't answer, but you hear the voice through the door. Grace, we know you're in there. It's time. You climb out the bathroom window. You run. Again. You're in your 30s now. It's been years since the wedding. Since the mansion. Since you thought you were free. And you're still running. You've lost count of the cities. The motels. The aliases. You don't have friends. You don't have family. You don't have a wife. You just have survival. And you're exhausted. You start to wonder, what if I just stop? What if I let them catch me? What if I face whatever they want and get it over with? Because this isn't living. This is existing. Barely. You're a ghost. Haunted by people you killed. Hunted by people you've never met. And it's never going to end. Not unless you make it end. You get another letter. We're willing to negotiate. An address. A time. A promise. Come alone. We only want to talk. You don't trust it. But you're tired. So tiring. So you go. The meeting is in a private estate. Secluded. Guarded. You're searched. Disarmed. Led into a sitting room. There are 3 people waiting. Older. Wealthy. Cold. Grace Le Domas, one of them says. Thank you for coming. What do you want? To offer you a choice. You laugh bitterly. That's what they said last time. This is different. The debt exists. It must be paid. But we're willing to offer alternatives. Like what? You could join us. Become part of the society. Participate willingly. In exchange, we offer protection. Resources. A life. A life where I help you murder people. A life where you survive. Isn't that what you've been doing anyway? You stare at them. And if I refuse, then the hunt continues. Forever. Until you break. Until you make a mistake. until we collect what's owed. You walk out, because you'd rather run forever than become with them. You'd rather be hunted than be the hunter. But as you leave, you realize, they're right. This is your life now. This is yourly. It will ever be. Running, hiding, looking over your shoulder. No peace, no rest, no ending. Just the hunt. Your Grace, not Grace Le Domas anymore. You've had a dozen names since then, but it doesn't matter. They know who you are. You survived a night of hell. You beat a demonic game. You won. And your prize? A lifetime of running. No home. No love. No future. Just motels and fear and the constant, crushing weight of you waiting. Waiting for them to find you. Waiting for the next letter. The next sighting. The next knock on the door. You're not free. You're trapped in a game that never ends. A hunt that has no finish line. You survived the wedding, but you'll never survive off this, because the Le Domas family's debt doesn't die. It just transfers, and you're paying it. One terrified, lonely, exhausting day at a time. Forever.